Hello and welcome to the second episode of What About. In the first one, I introduced three basic exposure techniques: ETTR, ETTL, and ETTM. Exposed to the left, exposed to the right, and exposed to the middle. I also talked about when it makes sense to use which, and in this video, here right now, it is about light metering. Why? Because whenever we're talking about photography, we are talking about light. We're talking about working with light. We're talking about capturing light. And so to figure out the fitting exposure for our photos, light metering is the key element. The great thing is, our cameras do have built-in light meters. And the even cooler thing is, we can use them. How? That is what this video is all about. So what about light metering with our cameras? My name is Pete. I like pictures. Let's start. So we want to take a photo. What do? Yes, we frame our shot, right? Half press the shutter, our camera auto focuses. Mine doesn't. Yeah, because I'm in back button focus mode. Very handy, very handy. You want that as well, I know that. So we're gonna talk about that one day, not today. But okay, not only do our cameras auto focus, they also do some serious light metering. Most cameras are set by default to evaluative or matrix metering. Two words for the same feature. What does that do? Evaluative and matrix metering analyze the whole picture. And then, very simply speaking, it's not that simple, but it's about right, averages out the exposure of the shot and then sets the cameras accordingly. With accordingly, I mean to have this average in the mid-tone range of our photo. At least when in any kind of auto mode. If you're exposing manually, you have to do that yourself. But you can use the information. The result is an averaged out, balanced exposure with a focus on the mid-tone range. You exposed to the middle, ETTM. Of course, we can do way more than just metering the average amount of brightness in a scenery by using evaluative or matrix metering. Quite often, we don't want the average, right? We want to have a certain part of our photo to have a certain brightness. How can we do that? Most cameras provide quite some variety of different metering methods. Let's take a look at them. Let's start with spot metering. Definitely my preferred way of metering. It is very precise and uses only about 3 to 5% around the activated focus point. Then we have center weight average metering, which is like, well, evaluative or matrix metering, but gives a bit more weight on the center part of your photo for calculating the final settings. And then there is partial metering, which is like spot metering but uses a bit of a bigger area. Your camera might have the same, more, or not all of them. For instance, my little snapshot camera has multi, which is the same as evaluative or matrix metering, center, and spot metering. You might want to check out which of these modes your camera has, because in the second to next video, we're going to talk about how to put them all into good use, both in full manual or in any kind of auto mode. Well, not in any kind, because you don't want to use full auto. Why? That is what I'm going to talk about in the next video. There's a much better method. Much better. You don't need full auto, because there's something that is just as easy as full auto but gives you way more control. So this one's for today. Bye-bye. Till next time. Just yesterday I read that independent studies say that subscribing to this channel automatically makes you super cool, so might be worth a try. Just saying, right?